Retro Gaming League, where the legends never sleep. Only strong is gonna breathe when the final life is taken cheap. We don't break, we don't blink, buttons smash, fingers sting. Last one standing on the screen gets the crown, Retro Gaming King. It's the Retro Gaming League, where the legends never sleep. Only strong is gonna breathe when the final life is taken cheap. We don't break, we don't blink, button and smash, fingers sting. Last one standing on the screen gets the crown, Retro Gaming King. Retro Gaming King. It's the Retro Gaming League, where the legends never sleep. Only strong is gonna breathe when the final life is taken cheap. We don't break, we don't blink, button and smash, fingers sting. Last one standing on the screen gets the crown, Retro Gaming King.
What's going on, guys? RxDude22 here with you for the final time in Season 9. I can't believe I'm even saying it. It's kind of sad. What a fantastic season it's been, but it's got to come to an end, unfortunately. We have our championship match. We'll show you it in its entirety, side by side. The epic battle that was One Forsaken Gaming versus Captain Tendo. We've got some awards to hand out, something a little different this season. Going to do that. We've got a Q&A, and we hope you brought some suggestions. We're looking for ideas for future seasons and things like that. Whatever you want to throw at us, we're willing to listen and willing to talk about it. And then we have a couple huge reveals of things that's going to happen later this year. That's going to be at the very end. So if you want to see what that is, you got to stick with us the entire time. So to put a cap on Season 9, the final game was Journey to Silius for the NES. Our matchup was One Forsaken Gaming versus Captain Tendo for the Season 9 title. Captain Tendo was the runner-up in Season 7. He was looking for that elusive first win. One Forsaken Gaming trying to become the first ever page in League history to go back-to-back champion. So I'm going to turn it over to them. I'll see you guys when their runs are done, and we'll talk about it, and we'll go on from there with the rewards, the future events, and the Q&A for you guys. So let's get to it. the matchup, and there's the result already. I screwed that up. Anyways, here you go.
I don't know if he started his run or not, but I am just going. Ah. Ah. It's not quite how I wanted it to go there, but whatever. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be ignoring the chat till after the run is over. I do apologize. Like, I love you guys very much. Just pardon me a moment. Just pardon me for a little bit. I'll get back to the chat once this is over. I'm down. Jump. Oof, that was close. Come on. Die already. You're down. avoided that one. Okay, cool. We got our power up back. Ah. Right. Ah. We're just a little too late. Ah, darn it, I didn't tell you to do that. Come on, you. Ah, it's alright, I'll take it. Need it across. Shoot. Screwed that up. Dang it. Get down there. Oh. Ah. Go! Again, sorry if I'm not ignoring the chat on purpose. Just, yeah. Oops. Take a little bit of damage here. We're fine. Not quite how I wanted it to go, but whatever. As long as I have a couple slivers of health left, I'll be fine. Whew!
Take a big old poopy, yeah. You gotta take a dump, cause you gotta do it a dump.
All right, there it is. Here is the results. The official times: One Forsaken Gaming, 14 minutes, 40 seconds. Captain Tendo Gaming, 16 minutes, 22 seconds. Unbelievable match between those two. Unfortunately, there can only be one winner in this matchup, and that goes to One Forsaken Gaming. Let's go ahead and update the bracket for the final time. One Forsaken Gaming, our first ever back-to-back Retro Gaming League champion. Congratulations to him. Hell of a season for Captain Tendo. Unfortunately, it comes to an end, and One Forsaken Gaming is our first ever back-to-back Retro Gaming League champion. Next up, we're going to do something a little different. We're having our first ever seasonal awards. We've got some awards to hand out to you guys. First off, the categories. We're going to do Most Improved Player, Newcomer of the Year, and we'll award our champion. First off, Most Improved Player of the Year. All kinds of great pages this season. Only one really stuck out with the judges as really improving from the past few seasons. The winner of the Most Improved Award goes to Retro Gaming for Life. Finished 6th in the season. Congrats to him. As many of you know, he struggled a few seasons, was kind of towards the bottom, but he made some big strides this season, had some incredible runs. So congrats to Retro Gaming for Life as being our most improved page of the season. Next up, our newcomer of the year. We had all kinds of great new pages in the season. We had Ashton RTA, we had Tomkin, we had PSX Killer, and we had Smiling Pluvius. Swangin' Dong. It's Swangin' Monkey from now on, but you guys know. So, our newcomer of the year, and he had a hell of an impression for a first season, was Smiling Pluvius. Several runs of the week. Finished 2nd in the season, lost in the semis to Captain Tendo. Amazing season for him starting out. So congrats to Smiling Pluvius on being our newcomer of the year. Last but not least, we have our Season 9 champion. We already know who it is. It is One Forsaken Gaming, our first ever repeat champion. Only one other page has won more than one title, and that is Green Slate Gaming, and he's done it 3 times. So One Forsaken Gaming joins him as the only pages in 9 seasons to win more than one championship. So we'll go ahead and give him that graphic there. We'll get that sent to him after the stream here for him to do as he wishes. Actually, I have a better one than that. That's not the one we'll be using. And something new this year. After 9 seasons of the Retro Gaming League, the judges and myself have decided to look back to our past and honor those who have competed with a level of excellence very few have achieved. We are starting a Retro Gaming League Hall of Fame, and it starts right now. We have our first inductees we are going to announce for the Retro Gaming League Hall of Fame. Our first inductee is Inertiatic Gaming. He was our Season 3 champion. He was runner-up in the very first season, Season 1. He's also the only champion in league history to go undefeated the entire season. He did that in Season 3. Sadly, Matt isn't with us anymore. I hope he's still looking down at us, giving us his blessings. This is for you, Matt. You deserve this. Congratulations to you. Wish you were here to see it live. I know you're looking down at us. Our other inductee for the Hall of Fame is none other than Green Slate Gaming, who is in the house. Our only 3-time league champion. He won in Season 2, Season 5, unfortunately against me, but he won. And Season 7. He was also the runner-up in Season 6. Very impressive resume. Only one of 2 champions to win the league in their first season. His first season was Season 2. He won the title. The only other page to do that was DJ Cliche Darkness in Season 6, who won in his first season. So, with that, we have our first 2 inductees into the Retro Gaming League Hall of Fame. We're going to start doing this on a yearly basis, but we had to start somewhere. The judges and I were unanimously picking these 2. Both of them totally deserve it for what they've done for this competition and what they've done in the past. So congratulations to our first 2 members of the inaugural class of the Retro Gaming League Hall of Fame, Inertiatic Gaming and Green Slate Gaming. You guys are amazing. And congrats to both of you. You're forever immortalized in the Retro Gaming League archives and lore. Last but not least, congratulations to all the award winners. And a huge thank you to everyone. Thanking my team. Thanking all of you who've competed this season. Thanking all the fans who watch from the sidelines that make each and every season truly special. We look forward to the next events, and we look forward to all of you being a part of it. We've got all kinds of good stuff in store, and we'll get to that here real soon for you. Okay. Hashtag we miss Matt. Absolutely we do. All right, it's time to hear from you guys. What's on your mind? Is there something in the format of the league you'd like us to change? The season's too long. Anything. The scoring. Would you like us to change the scoring or look at the scoring? This is your time. The floor is yours. Use it wisely. Our ears are open. My eyes are on the chat. So if you have any suggestions, comments, things you like, things you don't like, now's the time. If not, we'll move on. But I'll just reveal a couple things we've been talking about behind the scenes. Season needs to be longer. That's exactly the opposite of what we were thinking. We was thinking shorter, maybe shorter seasons. We could do more seasons as opposed to doing a longer one for the year. We have talked about, I've looked at maybe doing a longer season too. We need to get bodies in here. That's the thing. Since we moved to YouTube, we're just kind of starting out fresh again. We need to build this up. So if you know anybody interested, get them in here. You know how to get a hold of us. We'll be happy to have them. We can do different formats if we get more pages in here. We can kind of have like a block system where a group of like 7 or 8 pages just would play each other in the regular season and then go into the playoffs from that, whoever wins that bracket. It is too short to me as it is. In my opinion, it feels that way anyways. It's currently 20 weeks. I mean, that's almost a half a year. I think I like shorter breaks between seasons. Shorter breaks. I suggest keeping it more retro, no GameCube games, keeping it 32-bit and lower. Well, we kind of have a written rule about that if it's at least 20 years old, we'll use it. So that's why we've been using some of these other games as well. Agree on retro. GameCube is retro, though. See, it's in really the eye of the beholder there, really. But definitely going to look at that. I mean, there's things we want to do and other systems we do want to incorporate that are a little bit older. We'd like to get some really old stuff in here. Some things like maybe in television, maybe even Atari. Other systems we haven't really done anything yet. We haven't done anything with like Sega Game Gear. Systems like that. Be okay with that too. Yeah, I guess it technically is. Technically in quotation marks. I mean, it's hard to believe, but when you think about it, like some of that Xbox, PS2, GameCube stuff, it's over 20 years old now. And that doesn't seem like it should be, but it is. And just basically our written rule is anything 20 years or older, we will consider. Some people don't have computers powered enough to play higher end systems. I'm down for some ColecoVision. I'm going to feel old in 2027 when PS4 is considered retro. Please God, no 4-bit consoles. System link or season link were something we're looking at. We toyed with maybe keeping it the same. We've toyed with maybe doing a shorter season and having several shorter seasons throughout the year. Miss Spectrum would be fun. MS Spectrum would be fun. Yes, old consoles. So it's really Omega Race was my jam. We just try to incorporate everything here, really. So, thoughts on the season? Do you guys like the format? Do you like the scoring? Our very first season, we had wins and losses. Would anybody be opposed to going back to that instead of having seasonal points? Things like that. We're open to whatever. We're listening. We're trying to make this as conducive to everyone as we possibly can. We want to hear from you guys, so that's why we're kind of opening the floor here for ideas, suggestions. Shorter seasons make it easier for people. That's kind of the way I feel about it, too. This is a mini gaming PC. Tops out at Tarco, $450. Have one of the non-gaming that runs, and Discord, no frame drops. The longer season builds character. Long seasons build character. And it's more of a commitment, too. And some people have trouble with commitment anymore. We all have busy lives. That's kind of why we're maybe thinking about shorter seasons going forward. And when I'm talking shorter seasons, this season was, what, 17 weeks? Maybe looking at like 8 to 10? And then the playoffs, something along those lines is what we mean by shorter. Once I was out in front, it felt like the points didn't matter for me. I like longer seasons. So it's really kind of split with the shorter seasons and the longer seasons there. But it's just stuff we're going to consider from you guys, take into account. Systems. Is there systems that you guys haven't seen us do yet that you'd be interested in seeing us do? I mean, essentially the sky's the limit. Like I said, we have the 20-year rule. Anything newer than 20 years or the game released older or younger than 20 years we wouldn't consider, but I'd be for alternating. Maybe we should do one long, one short. Different seasons can be different lengths. That absolutely could happen too. And we could also do like a theme season. Things like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a multitude of systems like it was this one. We could have like a theme season. Season 1 was nothing but NES. Our very first season, we did nothing but NES. We open to something like that too, possibly. But technically, the shorter summer season and the long winter season do that already. I mean, my opinion doesn't matter. I don't participate this season. Yeah, but we still like to hear the input. It does matter to us. All Mega Man season. I mean, things like that could happen. We could have a whole theme season around a franchise. Possibly. Basically, we can do whatever you guys would like us to do, or we can kind of keep things the same and just keep rolling with what's working. Regardless, we are going to start a very, very heavy recruiting campaign in the off season, the judges and I. You're going to see a lot of ads from the Retro Gaming League on YouTube, some shorts. We want to try to get a large group of players back in here. Japanese exclusive Famicom theme would be cool. We need more arcade games. We have kind of gone away from the arcade games. We did have the arcade season in Season 6. I think a whole arcade season would be a little rough, but we could incorporate a game or two. I would think would be okay with that. MS Spectrum, Game Gear, Sega CD, or 5 theme seasons. 3DO would be great. 3DO is a little tricky to emulate. We could definitely try to work that out, though. I feel like most of the stuff we've done, people have been okay with emulating. Even some of the newer stuff this year, we've incorporated GameCube, things like that. It didn't seem like anybody was having too much trouble running those. So, and that's why part of the reason why in the off season last season we gave you the entire game list so you guys could work it out, and if you had problems, you could let us know. FMV games, DC would be fun. I like variety. Jumping from Virtual Boy to TurboGrafx to N64 is cool. I like the variety personally myself. I'm just basically giving you guys the floor here. Also, I think no actual hardware. Sorry, 1FG. Everyone needs to play emulator. Well, as long as it isn't a competitive difference, I'm okay with using the regular software. And at times, the emulation runs a little quicker, so it actually puts him at a little bit of a disadvantage at times. So there's a slight difference in lag between the two. Yes. Anything else from you guys? If not, we'll go to the big reveals. And we have 2 monster reveals for you today. Something for you guys to think about during the off season. Basically, we start working on season 10 probably pretty soon already with the ideas. You guys have been fantastic with the Discord, with all the game suggestions you put there. And that's what we're going to go through to determine the games for season 10. You guys have a lot of great ideas. Keep adding them in there. We're really going to incorporate your guys' game ideas into season 10. That's something I do want to do. Then again, some emulation is never consistent. I use the classic minis when I can. I would want to avoid Saturn because emulation is so inconsistent. I think we need to consider collections. Collections as in a theme or like a Metroid thing or a Mega Man thing? What do you mean by collections there, Smiling Pluvius? Brutal Paws of Fury SNES. Bake Baker throwing one out there. I believe Sandblast had mentioned that in the past too. I know it's in the Discord somewhere. Things like that. We want to hear from you guys for season 10. So get those, now that the off season's here, get those ideas into the Discord. I read them every day. I check Discord several times a day. So when you guys are typing in there, I don't always answer, but I'm reading. And they're faithful emulation. Maybe have a game from each genre, fighting, RPG, side-scroller, racing, sports, and so on. That is an incredibly great idea also. We do kind of shy away from the RPGs and the racing and the sports games. We don't do those very often, and we haven't in a long time. I mean, to really determine everything, I feel like all genres should be included. So that's definitely something I will try to remember to do and bring up when we're having our discussions for the next season. I gave all my suggestions in the Discord. I thought I saw that in there from you. All right. We'll give you guys a minute to think about some more. Have we done NBA Jam yet? Yes, we have. I'm going to step away from a second because we have our first announcement for you. I know, but look how fun Chrono was during the summer. Yes, it was incredible. RPG is great for the summer competitions. It's a one game run. Speaking of Summer Challenge, it's time to reveal the game we'll be using for Summer Challenge 3. Starting here in a few months. We'll give you guys the details when it starts. NBA Hang Time is cool too. But while you're watching this, think of some more stuff. We'll come back to the Q&A and suggestions. We'll finish that up, and then we'll show you the very first reveal for Season 10. You're going to see it today. But right now, we have the reveal for Summer Challenge 3 for the Retro Gaming League. Here we go. There you have it. Summer Challenge 3 will be God of War for the PlayStation 2. We're going to play that game until it's done for the Summer Challenge. Another 32 or above. Sorry, Green Slade. This was a unanimous pick from the judges. We were all on board for this. There's a lot of good PS2 stuff. It falls within the 20-year parameter. I think I have this on disc. I do have it on disc. Probably a lot of us have it on disc. You'll be able to emulate that also. We'll figure out all the rules closer to time. We'll get videos set up on Discord. If you're not familiar with emulating the PlayStation, we can get that set up for you. But now back to some more suggestions or anything you got. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and wrap this up and reveal our first game for Season 10. Sign me up. I'll God of War all day, any day. I like the enthusiasm from Sandblasted Gaming. Okay. I got my PS2 hooked up with it as well. Bake Baker saying he's going to compete in the Summer Challenge. Is that what I get from this? It's just a reminder to myself that I'm not as much of a gamer as I think I am. That is not true based on what you got awarded today. There's only been one person to win 3 titles, and you are him. So that is definitely not the case. Not at all. There's things you've done that nobody will ever repeat. So PS2, we need Death by Degrees, 10,000 Bullets, and God Hand. Let's see how the PlayStation 2 works in the Summer Challenge before we get too carried away about introducing that into Season 10. I just might come out of streaming retirement for this. I don't know yet. We would love to have a Bake Baker compete in the Summer Challenge. I'm just saying. Bring it on. We're ready. So you guys are kind of on the fence with longer, shorter seasons. Kind of on the fence on what age frame to do the games. Still things to think about. Discussions to be had by all for sure, but that only leaves me one thing left to do. It's time for our final tease of the show. It's the first game that is guaranteed to be used in Season 10. It's about as big and about as epic as what you just saw for the Summer Challenge. It's not hard to set up, and I ran PS2 on a Lenovo ThinkPad, so don't think I need a high-power setup. There's a really good emulator for PlayStation 2, and we'll get that shared into Discord. I appreciate the compliment. I truly feel if streamers such as Grumpy or Jake Rock would have stayed, I wouldn't have 3 titles. I don't know. We can't ever know that answer, but they were fantastic competitors as well by everything. Show me something retro, says Dr. Poop Dick. Okay, without further ado, our Season 10 teaser. The first game revealed for Season 10. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. And there you have it. The first reveal for Season 10 will be Halo Combat Evolved for the Xbox. We have already shared the way to emulate Xbox in the Discord. But there's lots of other games to go. It isn't going to be all this early 2000 stuff for next season. I can promise you that. Going to be what we're used to as it pertains to retro things. Make sure you replace the power supply capacitors and the clock capacitor. They are prone to bulging and leaking for all those OG Xbox users. But that's going to put a wrap on Season 9. Again, you guys are incredible. Thank you all for everything you do. You guys make this so enjoyable to do each and every year. I definitely, sure as hell, would not be doing this if it wasn't for all you amazing people. Everybody, the team behind me, the awesome competitors we have, the people on the sidelines cheering us on. I use it to hold our doors open. But in all seriousness, you guys are incredible. Like I said, we're going to start a pretty hardcore recruiting campaign for next season. We want to get some more people in here. We need to get the word out. Show them what we can do here. Show them what we got. Keep this thing growing. Keep this thing alive. As long as I'm still here, still breathing, and you guys are still with me to the end, wanting to compete, I'll keep doing this. It takes a lot of people, a big village to put this on every year. I can't do it alone, and I have an incredible team behind me. The team Bake Baker, Uber Famicom, and One Forsaken Gaming. There's times that I'm working on stuff and they're doing the judging, just so I can get on live on time for you guys on the Sundays. So doorstop is what the Xbox 360 was for. A lot of Xbox hate here. That's okay though. Keep those submissions coming in the Discord chat for game ideas. If you put it in there, we're seriously considering it. We will look into it. We're not saying every game's guaranteed to be picked, but we want to incorporate the Discord ideas as the bulk of the games we use for Season 10. So keep those submissions coming. Or the Kinect works for a doorstop also. The Kinect. God rest the Kinect. Okay. That's Season 9. You guys are fantastic. Keep tabs on the YouTube channel. All kinds of stuff coming here. I have pulled all the records from Facebook for our first 8 seasons. The completed standings and the tournament brackets. They're all coming to YouTube in visual format. I've already got the first 2 seasons done. Just haven't released them yet. And I'm almost done with Season 3. You guys have seen the recap videos with the gameplay. We'll get the Season 9 version of that out soon as well. So I'm pulling everything from Facebook to YouTube. This is where we are now. Facebook is dead to us. Sorry, Vintage. Hopefully we can play some retro games. Thanks, Commission Judge, for all the hard works. We will definitely be playing some retro games. Don't you worry about that. Just because the 2 reveals today were newer doesn't mean it's going to be that way for the bulk of the season by any means. It's not. It's still going to be the retro that you know and love like it was this season. So all kinds of content coming here on the YouTube channel. Be sure and check it out. Be sure and subscribe if you haven't already. Because we're going to have all the seasonal data coming to YouTube here. It's going to be the one place you're going to find all the history of the Retro Gaming League. Face it, Big Ben dead. Question, even though the season's over, is it too late to submit a Meet the Competitor video? Absolutely not. Ashton RTA coming in late. Also, thank you, RGL team, for putting this together. It was an absolute blast. Absolutely. If you guys still want to do a Meet the Competitors submission, you're in the off season now. Lots of time to do it. I will still accept them, and we will get those babies on as soon as you send them to me. I will see you all for the summer. I want in. Absolutely. We'll have a sign up I'll probably do a post on YouTube here for sign up, or I'll just mention something in Discord. Get you guys all signed up that way. But absolutely, if Meet the Competitors is still live, if you guys want to do a submission, we'd love to have it. Just reach out, get us the stuff. I'll work my magic. I'll make it look nice and pretty for you. Shoot, I need to do that. There you go. The more the merrier. I'd love to actually have one from everybody that competes. So far, we've only got 4 of them. Myself, Uber Famicom, PSX Killer, and one Forsaken Gaming all doing them. But you guys are all more than welcome to do one. So hit us up with the information. The questionnaire is there. If you need a refresher on that, we can repost that for you. Get that on here. We'd love to have your video up on the YouTube channel here too. From myself, Uber Famicom, Bake Baker, and One Forsaken Gaming. Thank you guys once again for being absolutely amazing. We look forward to the Summer Challenge 3. We look forward to Season 10 and everything beyond. If you know anybody interested, get them in here. Just get them in here. We'd love to have them. That's an end of Season 9. Like I said, there'll be all the extra content throughout the off season. If you guys do Meet the Competitor videos, they'll be up. All the records from the past 8 seasons are coming up to YouTube as well. I'm working on that now. I've been working on it all week, so I've already got it started. Thank you for being here. For the last time in Season 9, it's RxDude22 from the Retro Gaming League signing out. Keep on gaming. See you on the next stream. Be good to each other. Congratulations to One Forsaken Gaming on his repeat championship. And congratulations to everybody that competed. You guys made this one of the best, friendliest seasons we've ever had. And been absolutely incredible. And we look forward to having you all back for Season 10 and beyond. Winter Summer Season. We haven't got a date on that yet, but we will let you all know. Probably won't start till well into May, late May at the earliest, probably. Take a couple months off because I want to work on all these other projects in the background. So, but anyways, RxDude22 putting a cap on Season 9. We look forward to seeing you next time. Everyone have a great time off. Keep posted on the channel for all the additional content. We'll see you guys live real soon. Take care.
Blow the dust off the gold card, name blinking on the high score chart. retro game.